Hey guys, welcome back. In today's quick tip, we're talking to those who are just getting started and learning how to play pool. And one of the first things and most important things you need to learn is how to make a good bridge hand. So you could get away with just one bridge on every shot, but I like to have two, a main bridge and then a second bridge for certain situations. And we're going to talk about that today. Let's get started. So the first bridge I'm going to show you is the most common, and it is versatile. You can use it for different situations, and you definitely want to have it in your bag. You may not use it all the time. It just depends on how comfortable it is to you and what works best for each person. But you definitely want to learn this one and have it available. Just lay your hand flat on the table. Now raise your knuckles up in the center. Keep your fingers spread apart. And now just curl your thumb up next to your index finger. And the more you can spread your fingers apart, the better. It gives you a good solid base. Okay, so the only thing touching the table right now is the base of my palm right here. The center of my palm is raised up, and the tips of my fingers. Okay, set your cue in there and just get a feel for it. Knock some balls around. This next bridge is a closed bridge. So you're making a loop and closing in your fingers. So it looks like this. So take the inside middle of your thumb, place it against the inside middle of your middle finger. So you have a little bit of thumb sticking up on top of your middle finger, like that. And then take the end of your index finger and put it at the tip of your thumb, and it creates that loop. And that's a closed bridge. So just get used to how that feels. Knock some balls around, play some games. Eventually, it'll just become second nature to you, and you'll just step up to the table for a shot, and you'll just make the bridge. So let's talk a little bit about when you might use one bridge over another. So here's a case where you have the cue ball on the rail. So you don't have a lot of space here to set up your bridge. If I was to try and use a closed bridge, I don't have any room really for a backstroke. It's really short, and I really wouldn't have a lot of confidence in that shot. So this is where you want to go to your open bridge, because I can place my fingers at the very end of the table and I can get a little bit more range. Now I have a decent backstroke. Okay, so here's another situation where you'll use a variation of that open bridge. I'm being blocked by the 9, I'm shooting at the 8, so I can't use a normal bridge. So I'm going to take my open bridge and I'm just going to elevate up, spread my fingers apart, get as close to that blocking ball as possible. You're going to be shooting down on the cue ball, nice and steady. So this is a situation where I would elect to go with a closed bridge like this, because I've got the 8 in the side, and then I have to back this cue ball up and get it somewhere down here for the 9 in the corner. Which means I'm going to have to shoot kind of hard and put draw on the ball, some backspin. And when I shoot hard, I usually shoot with a closed bridge because I feel like that the cue doesn't have anywhere to go. It won't jump around. I feel like it's nice and stable in there. When I shoot with an open bridge and I shoot hard, I feel like the cue might jump up a little bit, it might move around a little bit. But when it's in the closed bridge, it doesn't have anywhere to go. So let's try to shoot this 8 ball on the side and then back the cue ball up for the 9. And I'm going to have to put a little bit of gray poupon on it. Well, I hope that helps you guys who are just starting out. Go out and practice as much as you can. If you can get a table for an hour or two every now and then by yourself and just practice the bridge, shoot off the rail, shoot over balls, shoot hard shots, soft shots, distance, everything. And once you get a good, solid bridge that you feel confident with, other aspects of your game will start to improve faster. And you'll start hitting a lot more balls in than you did before. Because having a steady hand and a solid bridge when you shoot the ball is just extremely important. So work on it, and you'll have it down in no time. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it helped you. And I'll see you next time on Quick Tips.